Assassin's Creed Mirage is anticipated to mark a spectacular comeback for the franchise. Set in the 9th century Baghdad, you will have the chance to explore the beginnings of Basim, delving into the iconic action reminiscent of the initial Assassin's Creed titles. Ubisoft is marketing Mirage as a game with a renewed emphasis on stealth, parkour, and agile assassinations. This approach marks a shift from the vast expanses of the open worlds in Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which were mainly RPGs, instead aiming for a more personal, smaller scale experience. This focus is one reason why Assassin's Creed Mirage is among the most eagerly awaited Assassin's Creed games in a long while. Mirage promises a more compact design, aligning its gameplay more closely with the classic adventures of, Ezio being a big example there. It stands as one of the most significant forthcoming releases from Ubisoft this year, without a doubt. It's set to release on October 5th, and the launch date has actually been moved forward, so as anticipation, builds for this, it's the perfect time really to recap all known information about Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is the ultimate preview for the game, going over everything you need to know before you play it and get your hands on it at the beginning of October. But just before all of that, I want to talk about today's sponsor, Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is a fantastic website to be able to pick up games across PC, PlayStation, Xbox for a really good price. There are some insane deals on there, and one of those deals is for Assassin's Creed Mirage. You could pre-order Assassin's Creed Mirage for the Epic Games launcher at a really good price, a pretty heavy discount actually. So next time you buy a game or pre-order a game, be sure to use the link in the description to be able to access Instant Gaming and get yourself some really good deals. There are some insane discounts there, and trust me, you'll be able to save yourself lots of money, so it's simply just worth it. Be sure to use the link in the description to be able to look into that. But anyways, getting back into the video. So as we previously mentioned, the release date for Assassin's Creed Mirage is now set for October 5th of 2023, and this was actually initially planned to be launched on October 12th, but the game went gold. It's fully ready, well, at least that's what Ubisoft say, and Ubisoft made the decision to release it a week earlier. And this shift allows all players to embark on Basim's journey sooner than anticipated, a change that, I'm sure is welcomed by many. So upon its launch on October 5th, Assassin's Creed Mirage will be available on several platforms, including PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. PC users will have access to the game via the Ubisoft Store and the Epic Games Store. Unfortunately not Steam, but at least you do still get the game. It's better than not getting the game, I suppose. And we also recently got the news that the game is going to be releasing next year on the iPhone 15 Pro. How that's going to look, how that's going to work, no idea, but with the new A17 Pro chip in the iPhone 15, Apple said in their events that Assassin's Creed Mirage will actually be releasing on that platform, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works and how it will play on there. I'll do videos on that closer to when that does arrive, but yeah, that'll be next year, so not really a focus in this video, but literally everyone, really, other than I suppose Nintendo Switch players, are going to be able to play this game since, well, it's even available on mobile, which is pretty insane. So, 3 editions of Assassin's Creed Mirage will be available at launch. There's a standard edition, which comes in at $50, €50 or £45. The deluxe edition, which includes DLC inspired by Prince of Persia, which will be priced at €60, $60 or £50, I believe, and the limited collector's case, which includes a 32cm Basim figurine, a map of Baghdad, an exclusive steelbook, and more, will run you about $150. So yeah, a much higher price, but of course you're getting all those collector items. Now, interestingly, of course, the game is much cheaper than most AAA games. They come in at about $70 these days, but this one's about $50, which is obviously a pretty big change. Now, the reason for this is it is a smaller game. It's not to the scale of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and also Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I find it interesting. I think they could have actually gotten away with doing the normal price point. I don't think, obviously, people aren't going to be happy about it. They're never happy with that high price point, but I don't think, they would have got loads and loads of backlash for it. So pretty good stuff there from Ubisoft to do that lower price point. Now, no matter the edition, if you do pre-order the game, you'll get an exclusive access to a 40 Thieves side quest as well. So yeah, no matter what edition, whether it's the standard edition, and no matter the platform, you will get a pre-order bonus. So, Assassin's Creed Mirage will transport you to the 9th century Baghdad, commencing in the year 861. During the Golden Age. This period is actually a few decades before the events depicted in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So it's going to be interesting to see how this links in with Valhalla as well, obviously with Basim actually featuring within Valhalla, so yeah, it can be really interesting to see how all this works. And now, considering that 9th century Baghdad was effectively obliterated 5 centuries later, Ubisoft turned to historical records and cities like Samarra to meticulously reconstruct Baghdad with the highest possible level of accuracy. So hopefully we're going to see some pretty historically accurate stuff with Mirage. Now, a big talking point with Assassin's Creed Mirage is the size of the game. Now, Mirage is set to present a world that is significantly smaller than those in Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins. Baghdad, the game's setting, is partitioned into 4 distinctive districts, including the Industrial Zone and the verdant gardens of the Round City. Ubisoft does guarantee a vibrant and densely populated cityscape in Baghdad. So now this means that, you're not going to be, traveling miles and miles just to be able to get to one quest. Every single corner you turn, something's going to be happening within the city, something interesting, a new quest, a new random encounter. Something is going to be there, and it's going to be a much more interesting experience in my opinion. Now, some people like the big RPGs, and I don't dislike them. I think they are cool, but I feel like Assassin's Creed Mirage was meant for this type of game. I feel like all Assassin's Creed games should be like this, but I'm not saying they shouldn't do the RPG ones. I still think there's a place for them, but I do prefer this style, as do many other Assassin's Creed fans, particularly some of the older Assassin's Creed fans, who played some of the first games in the franchise. But basically, it's going to be a much more dense area. Not necessarily less going on, since it's just going to be more going on in a smaller area, which is going to be really, really nice, and it's going to be cool to see how that's all plays out. Now, the game is poised to bring back the game series full circle, embracing its origins with a focus on social stealth, swift parkour, and very agile assassinations. Ubisoft notes that Mirage incorporates elements from every Assassin's Creed game, offering you a chance to return to the series' roots while enjoying a contemporary twist on gameplay and the iconic features of the early titles. The more concentrated focus, especially in contrast to Valhalla, is augmented by a story-driven progression and a more compact map for exploration, as we mentioned earlier. The gameplay style actually significantly mirrors that of Assassin's Creed 2, much to the delight of many fans, to be completely honest with you. And they've also mentioned, the parkour might be quite similar to Unity, since generally people thought that Assassin's Creed Unity had the best parkour. Now, I won't go into absolutely massive detail about stealth, parkour, and assassination, since I've done separate videos for all 3 of those, and I'll link them in the description below. But basically, Mirage is going to have a bigger focus on stealth than in any of the most recent games, and with parkour, it's going to play a massive part. It's going to be implemented into missions much more than some of the newer games. You'll be, traversing up buildings and across rooftops in a densely layered city, of course, and it's going to feel much more agile, since Basim is actually one of the fastest assassins that we've ever had, so parkour is going to feel very, very quick, very, very fast paced, which is great in my opinion. And in terms of assassinations, we'll be getting some all new assassination animations and some upgradable assassins tools, so there's going to be some really, really cool stuff regarding combat, and the stealth and parkour will implement well with that assassinations as well. It's going to really, really link nicely together with some nice adaptive gameplay, which is great to see. Now, the narrative of Assassin's Creed Mirage is planned to be more structured than its recent predecessors in the series. As noted by the narrative director, the storytelling in Mirage echoes the earlier Assassin's Creed games with a more driven and linear approach compared to the latest titles in the franchise, of course, although you will retain the liberty to explore and decide the sequence of assassination missions. And yeah, Mirage is going to be a potent and concise story that holds a distinct beginning and end. It's going to be about 25 hours long, so about half the size in terms of length of Valhalla, for example. But to be honest, 25 hours is still pretty standard these days. I'd say that's the perfect length. I don't like something really, really long, and I don't like something really, really short. I think about 20 to 30 hours is really, really the sweet spot for games these days, in my opinion. And that does just about wrap up things here. That is the ultimate preview for Assassin's Creed Mirage. That's everything you need to know before you play the game. All the details, all the changes regarding this new game in the franchise. The release is very soon, on October 5th. And yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. Now, on screen you are seeing a link to a different video. Hit the link on the screen if you are interested in watching that. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.